my name is Julia Britz, and right now I'm a student, and I'm working on my science classes to become a doctor of naturopathic medicine, which is probably the only thing that I could think I've ever really been sure that I wanted to do. Looking back, there's a bunch of consolation jobs, but this is kind of it, so I'm pretty happy describing myself as that in terms of like my role. I guess in my eyes, achievement is very elusive because it's this feeling you're always chasing. Like, I want to feel like I achieved something. And the hard part about that is it's this future concept. So when you finally get there, if that feeling isn't what you thought it would be, it's hard to feel like you actually did achieve something, if that makes sense. At least that's how it is for me. I think my greatest achievement was getting through and overcoming obsessive compulsive disorder, only because if someone asked me to do it again, I couldn't. There's no way. There's no way. And I think because that is a time where I truly felt that I did accomplish something. Like, I felt like a different person. I felt like I'd come out the other side, and I felt like I did something that I never really thought I could ever do. I've been in therapy for a long time, and it was manageable, and I could do a few things. Like, I didn't step over crack and freak out, and it was okay. But then I saw this naturopath, which was something I was very skeptical of. But she said, don't eat gluten, sugar, soy, chocolate, shellfish, pork, and a whole bunch of other random things, like eggplant. And so I got all these foods on my diet, and then she gave me a bunch of supplements and, megadosing type of stuff, like high vitamin therapy, which I'd never really heard of. So we did that, and I had the best sleep of my life that night, which I was never a good sleeper. And then I woke up, and I was like, wow, I feel really good. And I remember I went to the bathroom to open the door, and usually I have this thing with door handles, so I just opened it, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Okay, that's weird. Whoa. Huh. But then I went to the bathroom and washed my hands, and I did it one time, and it was like, why am I not doing it again? Like, that thought, that little need in your head that tells you go do it again, it just wasn't happening. And so I was like, maybe I should anyway. I don't know what to do. This is weird because it never happened. It was amazing. My OCD was virtually asymptomatic almost overnight. I went from being totally not functional to doing almost everything normal, and I tried things I couldn't do before. Like, I was able to go to the grocery store by myself, and I could get dressed without someone helping me, and I could just get a glass of water, just like there's nothing. It's like, whoa. And because of that, everything just in my brain, all these talking sounds, they just weren't there anymore. So I used to be this chatterbox because I was trying to out-talk my mind. And when everything stopped, I just became this really quiet person, and my husband wasn't used to that. And so he was just like, well, don't you want to talk? You need to talk? And I was like, fine. And we got this really just, this loudly silent disconnect. It was blatant that we had nothing to talk about anymore, because our relationship was completely based on him taking care of me, and then I didn't need that, so it was just like our dynamic completely broke in a way that it was not repairable because we had nothing to go back to. Well, my parents really thought I was going to grow up and get married because I was such an affectionate little baby, and I was a really clingy kid, and my mom used to call me monkey, because I just wouldn't let go. I'd hold on, and she'd just let go and be like, come on, Julia, seriously, And I love being around people, and I think because of that, they assumed that I was a very relationship-oriented person, and that I would just grow up and get married, and that was it. And they were fine with that. They didn't really see it as a good or bad thing. They just said, that's what she's going to do. And that is what I did. But I didn't actually do that for the reasons I think they did expect. So that became a little strange. So I think when you grow up, your parents are thinking, oh, you're going to get married, and you're going to have kids, and it's going to be based on this loving relationship with all the flowery things that go with that. But for me, it was based on security and dependency. I needed someone to take care of me because I wasn't functional with my OCD. So it was never about, oh, I am in love with this person. It was, okay, well, this person's very stable financially, and we're best friends, so this is a good relationship in that stance. So that was a little strange for them, but I was also pretty, I don't want to say I was super smart as a kid, but I was pretty bright as much as my siblings, and so I think they did expect me to grow up and go to college, which I did. So I think in terms of that, I think they're not super surprised, although I think they were just a little bit shocked at some of the things that my OCD put me through that they didn't really see happening. Just some of my personal struggles with that, just the hand washing and all the therapy I went through. But aside from that, I think it's sort of in this wiggly road on track, kind of. Do you define yourself by your role in life, by the qualities that make you a good person, like your characteristics, or is it like your history and where you come from? And so it's a really tough kind of thing to sum up. But I think I'm more okay now with just knowing that I don't have to know, and I'm a little more comfortable with just not having maybe a super strong sense of self. But I am happy knowing that the things I am confident about, I'm very confident about. Like the fact that I do want to become a doctor of natural medicine, that I do want to help people struggling with mental illness, and that my family is so important to me, and things like that where my values are set. You know what I mean?